I currently own EcoFlow's Delta Pro with an extra battery that I bought in mid-2023. The announcement of the Delta Pro Ultra caught me pleasantly surprised, so much so that I opted to put $300 upfront to secure a $1,500 discount on it. Full disclosure, I am in no way affiliated with EcoFlow. I spent my own money purchasing both the Delta Pro and Delta Pro Ultra. I was one of the first to order, placing my order a mere hour after orders opened up on January 9th. The package was shipped from Southern California to the SF Bay area in NorCal and was shipped via FedEx. The package was delivered a day earlier than estimated, which was a little surprising to me as I've noticed FedEx service do nothing but decline since the pandemic. The product was shipped in the manufacturer's packaging and was left in front of my front door, clearly visible from the street. I'm not a fan of this flashy packaging advertising its contents is worth thousands to neighbors, strangers, and any potential porch pirates. Given I'm spending several grand on this product, I think I should at least be given the option of shipping the product within a discreet plain box, like how Amazon does it, especially if they don't plan on requiring someone to sign for it upon delivery, which they didn't. Speaking of packaging,
not really a fan of the packaging, as I see that these handle flaps of the box opens up to expose the device itself, and it's not in any kind of plastic wrap or anything like that like you would expect for new products. I'm just concerned because these were left right outside my door, and if I were not able to pick them up for a while, you get all sorts of crud inside these holes. I know these things are resilient and tough, but I do prefer new products to be sealed. Also, these boxes are in pretty poor shape, which is fine. I mean, they're using it for shipping and it's going to be roughly handled. That's okay. But, you know, it just gives like a kind of a foul impression, like maybe these are refurbed or not actually new or something like that. And you have this one. It's also pretty rough. Like the tape over here is ripped off. Okay, fine. Yeah, you probably hit some stuff here. I'm just hoping it didn't get, you know, an engineering sample or something like that. That's my only concern when I see stuff like this.
it's worth noting that if you are ever to RMA your product for servicing under warranty, EcoFlow will require you to first send in your product and will refuse to send a mailing box. So the recommendation is that you keep the product packaging for the duration of the warranty, which in this case is 5 years. So when opening these boxes, it's wise to maintain them as well as possible. The reason why I'm a little dismayed at the condition of the box, I wish maybe they could have like put it in a bigger box that took more of the damage. Given the poor condition of the boxes, I decided to investigate if the units I received were in fact factory sealed, despite my naivete.
I'm noticing this watermarked EcoFlow tape, wondering if this is their factory seal. To denote that the product has never been opened before. Looks like it's been shifted around some. Can I reapply? Don't think so. Okay, it's tight when being peeled off. All right. Leaves a little bit of residue, or marks at the very least. Well, there are marks. I'm gonna stick it back on. Maybe if I left it there for some time, you could potentially reapply. I'm not sure how effective those things are at denoting the factory seal. Okay, there we have it. A very cushioned battery, but this is not in any kind of plastic seal, which is something I was grumbling about earlier because these handles actually peer through to this device itself without any kind of barrier from the outside world. I would like them to resolve that in their packaging going forward. Other than that, I do believe this is relatively sturdy styrofoam, likely gonna absorb any kind of impact that would otherwise harm the device, so that's satisfactory. This connects the battery to the inverter on the side. This is a warranty card. So
so this is literally just the warranty card, not a quick guide or anything like that. Oh, okay, here we go. Here's the safety instructions and specifications of the battery itself. All right, so this is the inverter that I'm opening now, and same kind of tape. I'm seeing air bubbles on this one. Not on this one though. This one looks to, might have been opened. This one seems to have been opened and then reapplied. So it was relatively sticky though, and it left some amount of residue. Maybe not. Maybe it hasn't been opened. I don't know. Maybe there was dust when they were factory sealing it or applying it for the first time. Just doesn't seem all that new given the state of the boxes. This is the inverter. We have an accordion folded quick start guide here. Do-it-yourself instructions for solar panels with third-party connectors, which they provided this online. This is just an ad pamphlet advertising their stuff, and the warranty card, of course. So I'm going to start with the quick start guide. So to install, I'll first put in the wheels for the cart. They lock, that's great. You can stack them this way too instead of side by side. That's very cool. Interesting. Just showing you how you can use appliances and whatnot, and how you can connect things on the back. Feels like 10 pounds. Pretty hefty. Made out of solid construction. Wheels. Okay, these are the wheels, and they have the mechanism to lock in place on the wheel itself. These that you see over here are the rubber feet that you can also install to the bottom if you do not want it rolling around or have the option to maneuver it. And here is a cable box that is sealed. AC power adapter. They don't use standard typical ones that you usually find that come with computers or connect to regular computer power supplies. They have their own. This is the little tool that you can put on the underside of the trolley. Slots in just like so. And there you go. Okay, so I'm installing the wheels. I find that out of the box, they're not locked. The wheels are free to spin. So I recommend when trying to screw it in and tighten it, these wheels are going to be going all over the place. So just lock it down, then it makes it far, far easier to just tighten these in. Also, when locking this down, something really cool that I just noticed is that it also prevents the wheel itself from rotating. So if you lock it down, it's now locked. I'm not able to spin it around, which is super nice attention to detail. Good. Now we're left with the following in the box. With the tray and the wheels gone, these are the rubber feet. You want to keep them for later, just in case you want to swap them out. And I'm just planning on keeping them in the box for 5 years, the length of the warranty, because as I said before, if you need to RMA your device or product for any reason, EcoFlow requires you to send it back, and they will not send you a replacement first. They will require that you send your RMA product first, and after they receive it, then they'll send back the replacement unit. That's what I've heard online, and I have no reason to believe otherwise. And I've got to get the inverter out. The inverter is about 75 to 80-ish pounds or so. So while it's less heavy than the battery by a good 40 or 50-ish pounds, in that neighborhood, but still, it's definitely a heavy object, and it's something you should be handling with care, ideally with 2 people. So try not to do what I'm doing, because I'm here all alone, have no help today. So yeah, I'll be dealing with unpacking this all on my own. Wish me luck. Of course, nice. There's this super helpful little label here telling me which side of the screen needs to be oriented towards. So I'm just gonna follow that, lift it with my legs. It's plunked. Cool, so there we have it. Well, almost. Taking this and adding this to the side here. Cool. So there we have it basically. I'll be turning this on later once I have it placed in my garage in the proper location so that I don't have to struggle with this anymore.